Wound is a very big thing. It's a very, very big deal. And the word in Hebrew for touch is also the word for wound. Wow, it's very profound. Nega, N-E-G-A, means to be wounded, and it means to be touched. Now, that's called a contronym, meaning you have a word and its opposite. So what we're saying is that all wounds are wounds of touching, right? My wound is I haven't been able to touch. Either I touched and it didn't evoke, right, the exchange, right, that I wanted it to evoke, or I was touched in a way that was violating, or I was touched and, right, but I couldn't feel. Now, touching is not just a physical act, although it's also an important physical act. It's an act of reality fulfilling itself. We're most moved in the world when the simulation of ordinary reality stops for a moment and we're touched by something. Oh, that was really touching. What do we mean by that? We mean that we just stepped out of the ordinary and we stepped into the real. Touch is very related to desire. My fundamental desire in the Solomon lineage, good readings of Cosmos Shaivism and Hinduism, right, in the best of kind of Magdalenian Christianity, right, in Whiteheadian thought, right, but more earlier in Peirce, right, and he talks about semiotics, is desire is the desire to touch, but it's the desire to touch that which is real. So to touch that which is real means there's something that evokes gravitas. I want to touch and be touched. I desire. What's my desire? My desire is to touch. To touch what? To touch value, to touch significance, to touch the value of aliveness, right? To touch, the experience of it mattering, right? I don't want to just touch matter. I want to touch that which codes matter, which is that it matters. And so the wound is the wound, and it's the same word. It's the wounds of desire. When my desire has been wounded, when I can't access and trust my desire, right? When my desire doesn't know exactly what value to reach for, when my desire has been thwarted, when my touch has been rejected or has been unwanted, when I've lost the capacity to touch and to be touched, when I don't feel the desire of reality to imprint its touch upon me, right? It's very visceral. So one, when we moved into modernity, we created appropriately protections around human beings because we realized how significant touch was. But how significant touch was means not only physical touch, but in other words, we wanted to intellectually, emotionally, physically protect human beings so they could individuate into, right, the deepest and most wondrous expressions of themselves. So we didn't allow unwanted touch, right? I needed to actually desire my touch. That's very beautiful. But let's be very careful. But we don't want to exile touch to the physical. So we don't want unwanted touch of the church, which is imposing its doctrine on me. We don't want unwanted touch of aesthetics, which is telling me what I should be attracted to aesthetically. We don't want unwanted touch of psychology, which goes to meld my mind to a particular desire, not of mine, but of the social order. We want actually to be able to access, right, that which we were manifested for. We are fulfillments of a unique intention of Cosmos, and Cosmos intends us. That's why we're here. Why am I here rather than not here? I'm here because Cosmos intended me. What did Cosmos intend? For me to incarnate and articulate the unique configuration of desire, which is my unique self, which is my essence. Who am I? I am not merely a social self melded by the crowd. We talked about this last year in Parallax. And I'm not merely a true self who's just a field of awareness. No, I am an irreducible unique self, but by unique self, we mean I have a unique configuration of desire, and I need to clarify that. So as I don't want to be confused, I don't want advertising, an entire industry, to rob me of my capacity to access the inward space of meaning where I can clarify the unique desire that is reality being Andrew Sweeney. Right? And when I clarify my unique desire, right, and which I can only do by actually engaging and transforming in my wounds of desire. So we'll get to that. I cannot clarify this is the point. This is what this whole course is about. I cannot either personally, tribally, nationally, or globally, all of those levels, I can't clarify my desire. And my clarified desire is the desire of divinity, because reality desires, that's what reality does. I can't get there. I can't access that. I can't become who I am. I can't give my gift unless I can clarify my unique desire. But to clarify my unique desire, I need to engage the fundamental ways in which my desire and my capacity to desire and my experience of myself as a living field of desire has been wounded. Right? When that's been wounded, I literally begin to deaden, right? When advertising hijacks society's capacity to nourish its own unique desires, right? That society collapses. So the capacity to access the field of desire that lives uniquely in me, as me, and through me, which is evolution's desire moving through me, which is divine desire uniquely incarnate in me, as me, and through me, both personally and collectively, is the purpose of reality. But the wound's not a mistake. That's the intention of reality is actually that we are all wounded, and in the life play of identifying the wound, and then in the transformation of the untransformed wound, we become more wonder than we ever could have been. The transformation of the untransformed wound literally births me into reality. So that's what we're going to be doing together in this course.
Join Dr. Marc Gafni for his upcoming course, Identifying Your Unique Wound, From Wounds of Desire to Wounds of Love. The course begins this Sunday, November 16th, 2025, and you can sign up by clicking the link in the description.